And welcome once again to the Skyline Sports Complex for today's Sunday afternoon game as the Dayton Dutch Lions come into town with a record of 1-10-3 and Harrisburg with a record of 7-4-3. Hi everybody, I'm Chad Edwards along with Larry Julius, and of course last time these two teams played 4-1 on the island here. Dayton is back, I should say, again, and they come off a big victory actually on Friday night. They just played 2 days ago, but they played to a 0-0 tie against the top team really in the league, Orlando.
And again, tying Orlando, it's a great accomplishment for a team that has not had a great year. And Orlando being probably the class of the USL at the moment.
Absolutely, and Harrisburg coming off the big victory last weekend, of course, 4-0 in that game. What's some of the keys tonight? We talked to both teams, and of course, coming off the big victory, I should say the tie last weekend for Orlando, there's some pretty good keys there that they want to build on from those games, or that game coming into this one.
Well, for Orlando, their fitness is in question. That's something that they have to be concerned with because they just played Friday night. Also, they want to play with a lot of confidence because, you know, they did have a great game out. Now they're playing on a high. They want to continue on that roll. And the last piece, they want to play their game. They don't want to get caught up in the Islanders' game. They're going to probably sit and bunker a little bit. They're going to play, but they're going to probably sit and bunker. They don't want to put themselves in a position where they kill themselves physically right from the get-go because it is here very hot today.
Exactly. Harrisburg wants to strike early. They want to make sure that they finish, and they want to play defensively very tight and well. I think it's going to be a good one here on the island this afternoon. It's warm, but I think we're in for a good game.
Absolutely. Anytime you play a team and you've beaten them bad, they did, that team wants revenge when they come back out. So Harrisburg's going to have a game on their hands today.
Stay with us. Coming up next, we got USLPRO Soccer right here on Invicta Sports.
The economic recovery is underway, but many families are still hurting. If you're facing foreclosure due to unemployment, underemployment, or unexpected medical expenses, we may be able to help. You may qualify for assistance through the Emergency Homeowners Loan Program, assistance that may help you keep your home. To learn more, call us weekdays during normal business hours at the number shown on your screen, or visit our website. A simple call may save your home.
Got old electronics, such as a TV or computer to recycle? We've got your answer at the Dauphin County Recycling Center.
E-cycling is quick, easy, and free for all county residents.
You can also recycle old major appliances and other items safely at our center.
Have questions? Call our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or check our website for more information.
Recycling is now more convenient than ever.
Join us in going green to protect our environment.
Keep our earth clean and green. Wipe out waste and recycle.
Hi, my name is Kelly Lewis, president of TechQuest Pennsylvania. We started TechQuest Pennsylvania to attract technology investments into the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, working with business leaders, government leaders, and educators to find the best way to make Pennsylvania a leader in the innovation economy. From internships to workforce training to jobs to broadband, we work to develop the innovation economy in Pennsylvania. Check us out at techquestpa.com.
Just moments away from getting started here. Of course, we all had a chance to cram into the trailer a little bit earlier before this matchup to watch one heck of a finish for the U.S. women's team, huh, Larry?
That was amazing. You know what? I mean, I was driving down here. I couldn't get the game on the radio, and of course I come in and they're in overtime, thinking, wow, if the U.S. don't get through, I want Sweden to win. And then all of a sudden they tie it up like that. Couldn't have came from a better goal scorer.
Oh, Wambach, talk about concentration. You
wow.
mentioned it.
That was tremendous. Absolutely tremendous.
We're going to have a good one here on the island as well. 3 o'clock start, of course, here for all of you watching live on USL Live. It's hot out. It's pushing mid-80s. The humidity's up. This is going to be a tough game for both of these teams that are used to playing evening games.
It will. You know, it's interesting because, you know, anytime you do transition from the evening to the afternoon, I mean, you're not used to the sun beating down on you, obviously. So right now, I mean, again, Dayton coming from Orlando just dealt with the humidity and high temperatures, so they may be a little bit more acclimated to it coming off Friday night. It's up to the Islanders now to kind of sustain that. Chad, it's imperative that Dayton starts off strong and comes out and tries to put their stamp on this game, and also very important for Harrisburg to put themselves in a position to try to get the early goal. This is their home. They want to strike first. They want to put themselves in a position to be successful early on and put Dayton back on their heels. It's a great ball in by Dayton. Jeff blows with the ball out. Good movement by Harrisburg, good connective passing. That's a great ball, and it could have been a handball by Harrisburg. Harrisburg, good job to dodge the bullet right there. Basella on the ball. Basella looking to connect. That's got to be a foul. Andrew Welker, good ball in. Excellent ball in. Great ball in by Jason Hodgkins to get Welker. Hodgkins on the run. Good ball into Basella. Basso, good connective pass, back to Pelletier. Pelletier finds Basso again. Basso holds, good connection again into Pelletier, and unfortunately the ball goes out of bounds.
Fans be sure to try refreshing Miller Lite, Rolling Rock, or Mutt Hard Lemonade Syrup here at the food court. Don't want to miss any of the action and look for our Coors Light servers, Team Love, bringing your refreshing beverage to the stands. Got beer?
All right, back in action here. Apologize to all of our USL live watchers as we had a little bit of a hard time getting the encoder going there. So right off the bat here, we've played about 2.5 minutes. Larry, so far, do you think Dayton's playing the game they want to so far, or is
it's been a
slow game to start here with the Heat?
It's been a little compact, a little tight. Nobody's really done anything. They connected a couple small passes. There hasn't been a whole heck of a lot. But so far, fairly even. You know, nobody's really stood out to me at this point.
Harrisburg, of course, on a 4-game unbeaten streak, 3-0-1 in their last 4 games. They're 5-1-1 at home this season, and they've outscored their opponents 16-7 at home. So they're looking to come out of this with another victory. Of course, they're in second place in their division, just right behind the Rhinos. And so they want to keep, you know, there's only a couple games left on the season here. I think there's 6 games left. And they want to keep playing the game they are because they're setting themselves right up for playoff contention here. And I think, you know, the way they're playing has been fantastic. They've had some great players coming off the bench. Of course, the last few games, Insani Torre coming up with 2 goals, of course, in the last game and stuff. So they've got all of the tools in place here, Larry, this season, I think, to maybe make a good playoff run here. Well,
at this point in time, this late in the year, now you're looking to gain that momentum and building that momentum. Now they should be playing with the continuity they need. They should be playing with a level of confidence because they do have a good record and they have been playing good soccer. You know, so more importantly right now, they want to continue on that streak and continue to win and continue to build, because going into the playoffs, as you know, once you lose, you're done. So you want to put yourselves in a position to be successful. They want to build on that confidence. They want to build on their team cohesiveness. And they want to put themselves in a position where come playoffs, come early August, that they're firing on every cylinder.
Getting the start tonight, there you see some of the Harrisburg players, and we'll see a few of them, I'm sure, coming in substitutions. Not quite sure, depending on this heat, when they'll come in. It might be a little bit sooner than that usually 60-65 minute mark. But we'll see how the game plays out, actually, before those types of decisions are made. Starting tonight in goal, Phil Tuttle getting the start again for the Islanders here tonight. And for the Dayton Dutch Lions is Brian Visser. He gets the call tonight for Dayton. So it should be an interesting game. The crowd's still starting to filter in, awful hot Sunday afternoon. not a bad crowd for such a warm afternoon. Of course, a lot of people enjoying their Sundays with picnics and family and stuff, but thanks for watching us here on USL Live, and hope you're enjoying all of our coverage here on Invicta Sports of Islander action all season long. Center of the field now. Becerra with it now. Becerra waits, holds up. Here's Angulu, rather. Switches it to this near side. Ball driven down in. That one over the head of Hotchkins, and Visser will grab this one and gather it in for the Dayton Dutch Lions. Of course, Dayton, they've struggled this season. They've had they've given up a lot of goals, you know, throughout the season. 20-some-odd goals. They've only scored, I think, 9 goals on the season, but they are building, like we had mentioned in our pregame, off of that 0-0 tie against a team that we thought was just outstanding here when they came on the island, Orlando. So that's something big for them to take away from it and try and build on it. And of course, Harrisburg just, you know, right now firing on all cylinders, and hopefully can keep that moving this afternoon as well.
Well, you know, again, I mean, you tie Orlando, which Dayton has done on Friday night. I mean, that's a level of confidence, quite frankly, because, you know, they have not had a great year. Yet they're starting to maybe catch on fire a little bit late in the year, and sometimes that's what it takes, you know, to catch on fire at the right time. I mean, Harrisburg has been pretty consistent. They have had a respectable year. They've done well. But again, as Dayton continues to grow throughout the course of the year, a lot of these guys are playing for their jobs next year. So putting themselves in a position to perform well at the end of the season is the last thing they leave on their coach's mind.
Take a look at the foul on the far side, and Beach just getting a foot in there, not able to play the ball at all. So foul on the far side of the field, restart for Dayton. Now they'll take the short restart. Ball played out for McNamara. McNamara sends it to that far side. Here's Dayton now. Strike this one near post, and that one gathered in by Phil Tuttle. So an opportunity there for Dayton early on. Maybe swing that one a little bit further away from Tuttle. Give a player streaking at the goal an opportunity to get a play on it.
Again, it was a good ball in. He whips it in with his left foot, dangerous to the near post. I don't think they were necessarily on the same page with their communication coming out of the left flank into the middle, because that ball would have been well better served, as you said, Chad, a little deeper towards the back post.
Run down this near side here. Seymour sends this one in. That one headed away by the Islanders' number 5, Andrew Marshall. Out for Mbiji, and Mbiji flicks this one on. Quickly ahead now, and the offsides is going to be charged against Jose Angulu. Almost got him on step, but he looked like maybe a step or two off.
Just a little bit of lack of timing right there. Becerra with a good ball in, but he's had limited duty in the past few weeks, so you know it may take him a little bit of time. It's been a while since he started, coming off the knee injury that he had, so you know he'll need a little bit of time to get his timing down. And once they get that down, that was a great ball in. Actually, just a little bit off in the time.
Seymour with it now. Ball chipped down in, I think intended for Seymour, and Jeff Blow is going to get there for the Islanders. Blows just turns and sends this one up and out of play, and just short of our cameraman. Got to make sure that Nick knows that his body gets sacrificed for the camera. We got to chuckle out.
You know what's interesting too, Chad, and something that we've not really spoken a whole lot about yet this year is, you know, the Islanders, as well as they've played, have had to play through a lot of adversity.
Absolutely.
They've had some key injuries off and on throughout the year. Of course, they lose their leader in the back, and you know, and then right before that, Marshall went down. Now you're down with Schofield, a consistent starter for them, whom we'll have on for a slight chat here somewhere throughout the course of the first half of play. But they've had to step up, and they've had to bring guys in, and that just goes to show you the depth that they have and the quality in which they've been able to assemble. And to many people, they don't understand it. When you're at this level and you're in a position you're used to playing all the time, and all of a sudden you go to the bench, and sometimes you have no idea why. You know, I mean, this is going to be an interesting game.
And the referee is going to give a speaking here to Hotchkins and I think number 16, Jones, as the two of them were going at it. And we'll take a look at it one more time. Hotchkins gets really clobbered here from the back. And Jason Hotchkins still with it, gives it up, and then stepping right in right away, Jones, and Hotchkins doesn't like it too much. Referee doing a good job getting in there, settle it down.
This is Jason Hotchkins, one of his old teams, so I'm sure there's a little bit of animosity anytime you leave a team, and you know, players don't necessarily they want to send you a message right off the bat.
Exactly.
Umbro, true to soccer since 1924. For more information, visit www.umbro.com.
So I wasn't sure. Did they hand out a yellow on that to both?
It looked like Hodgkins got a yellow. I did not see the player from Dayton get a yellow.
So they both got yellows.
I did not see that, Chad. I apologize.
Neither did I. So, oh, flicked on here for the Islanders. Is it going to go in off the post? Great opportunity there for Becerra, but it goes off the post as he headed that one on. I'm not sure what happened there defensively, as Becerra was just able to streak down in there all by himself. Mbiji trying to get in and come up with this one. And we're going to have a call against Mbiji now. We'll have a restart on the far side. You know, the heat, this could get a little chippy here. Take a look at it here. Becerra just, I don't know, you look on it with the head, and that goes off the outside of the post. So good opportunity there for the Islanders.
One thing the Islanders do not want to do is start getting into a pushing and shoving match on your home turf. You don't want to put yourself in a position where the game gets chippy too early and you start throwing too many cards. Everybody has to play under caution, and it just takes the quality away from the game. You know, and then with today's heat, people are going to start to get edgy right off the bat, so the composure is going to be a major key for both teams.
Long ball driven down in here for Angulu. Angulu trying to get there. Great defensive play there by Seabart.
Goal kick, Dayton.
So Dayton will have the goal kick as Seabart was able to get back in there and beat Angulu to that ball, and Angulu did have the last touch on as it went off the end line. So restart here for Brian Visser for the Dayton Dutch Lions. Ball headed on there, and this one's going to go off the near side. Hope you're enjoying all of our coverage here today on USL Live. Of course, last game when we did our live telecast, we had people calling in, or I should say emailing in from actually from Holland, talking about some of the players on the team here that they grew up with. So that was fun to see an international audience watching our coverage here on Invicta Sports. Long ball driven out by Hodgkins, and Islanders able to clear the zone now. One thing I noticed about this team is they've got some enormous players here. You got number 4 out there, who's a huge player for them, Tate, and of course their center defender as well. Just tremendous size in him for the Dayton Dutch Lions.
Well, you know, that's somewhat of an atypical Dutch player. You know, they're fairly strong players, well built, strong on the ball, technically gifted players. You know, Dutch methodology is one of the best methods around the world. Is known for one of the best methods around the world. Not known for their super creative individuals, but they are known for good, organized style of play.
Ball comes down here, and Hodgkins comes in, gets a foot high on that one. So ball swung in, top of the 18, shot taken, and that one's going to go wide of the mark. Crone just couldn't get a foot over the top of it, but a good opportunity for him. Nice swung in ball there, Larry.
Great ball in, you know, and again, Dayton does a great job of putting themselves in position for the second ball back out. Very poor strike by Dayton, though, unfortunately, but needless to say, good positioning on all parts.
Pelletier with it. Just to the far side now for Calvano. Calvano over for blows as the Islanders look to try and strike here.
You know, Chad, neither team has really established any sort of rhythm at this point. You know, it's been a couple of counters here and there, a couple of attacks, but
there's Mbiji. Oh, good leave there for Pelletier, but a good defensive play by Dayton to get in there and get a foot on that. Wait and see if I see a number. It looks like it's 24. McNamara got a foot in on that.
Just hasn't really established. Nobody's really established.
Yeah, it's been a very slow-paced game. Nobody's really played the possession game all that well so far. Basso gets the ball back, top of the 18, and that one knocked away by Dayton. Nice 1-2 touch there.
Great combination. I mean, Becerra's very dangerous on the ball, and Angulo's great at returning balls and finding each other in a very tight space. A little late on Becerra's part. If he plays a little bit earlier, he plays a little quicker ball in, little combo, and then maybe Becerra's in, but enough time for Dayton to get back and recover.
As Angulu lets a rocket go, and that one goes way high. But an opportunity there, nice ball left for him.
That ball doesn't hit the upright there on the football post. That ball's out in the river.
Yeah, that one was flying. You see Pelletier. As well, you were Seeing Andrew Marshall there, center of the field. Check that rather, that was Andrew Welker.
Andrew Welker, to me, has been probably one of the best stories of the year. Young man that comes on as a pretty much as a trialist, just kind of comes into an open camp and did well. Talking to Bill Betcher, he basically said, hey, we have to find a place for this young man. This young man has done very well, and his opportunity came when somebody got hurt. Of course, now they can't take him out of the lineup.
Yep, exactly. He's a good player. It's a local product too.
Yep.
Of course, he went to Seton Hall. He's from Mechanicsburg, had 2 goals in the last game. Here's a dangerous one, and that's not what the Islanders wanted to see early. Just a terrible mistake on the far side as Andrew Marshall just played a really light ball back for Phil Tuttle. And I didn't see who scored the goal. Did you see who scored the goal?
No, I did not.
Number here. So here you see Marshall just tried to head it back, just a terribly played ball there. So number 12 will pick up the goal. Kissinger gets the first goal of the game, and that coming in the 17th minute.
Dayton 1, Harrisburg 0.
So that was just a sloppy play there.
Again, a little lackadaisical. The intent was there. Poor played ball. Ground didn't help matters much because it's a little thick.
Awful hard to try and just snap a header from all the way out there back to your goalie too. It's not like you had any force coming on the ball to give that deflection type of a play.
I just hope that even though they know that Dayton had a decent outing against Orlando, I hope that these guys come ready to play, and now they put themselves in a position where they got to score 2 to win, and I hope they realize that these guys have come here to play.
That's right.
That 4-1 victory that they had in the past is no longer. So I hope they come prepared. I hope that was a wake-up call for them.
I know we're knocking on the door here a few times. We just haven't had any good opportunities from the Islanders as of yet. And again, the one thing that Coach DeTerran had to say when I spoke to him in pregame, one of his keys was they wanted to build on the confidence that they got from that Orlando game. Now you just gave them more confidence by letting them put the first one in early on here. So now Harrisburg is going to have to not only just keep their composure, but they're also going to have to play against a team that their confidence is building as each minute goes on.
Again, they look at themselves in the mirror and they don't believe they're as poor as their record is. So again, good outing the other night. Now they're in a position where they get the first goal here away. That's you're right, Chad. That's a lot of confidence that they're going to build on. But more importantly, to me, this is where Harrisburg, this is their island, this is their home. They need to put themselves in a position to dictate the flow of play for this game. They've not yet established a rhythm, and to give up a goal that early is certainly not helpful. Needless to say, what confidence that strips from Phil Tuttle, because Phil hasn't played in a while.
True, exactly. Nice turn in the center field by Becerra. Becerra with the step over, loses the ball there at midfield now as McNamara able to get a foot on. LeCrone leaves it to the outside, back for McNamara. Here's Tate with it, he'll send it back. And now the Dutch Lions starting to play the possession game and knock it around, let Harrisburg chase a little bit in this heat. They got the 1-goal lead here. Pelletier with it again. Towards the outside for Calvano. Calvano has that one flip away from him, but he got it back. Ball sent for Mbiji now. Mbiji streaking down that far side trying to get there, and that one's going to be knocked out of play, though, by Colpier for the Dayton Dutch Lions.
At present, Chad, right now, again, and I've said this several times, one of these teams have to set up an identity and how they're going to play. And right now it's been pretty hodgepodge. That was a broken goal that Dayton converted on. But Harrisburg needs to do a better job right now of starting to make one another become the best player they can be. And what I mean by that is put themselves in a position where they're giving each other good quality balls that they can do something with. And currently, right now, we're not seeing that. I mean, Becerra, you know, good quality player on the ball, had Jason check that at the end here, and chose to go the opposite direction, and he's got Jason in a 1v1 scenario. You see Jason's hands go up. Yeah, I'd be frustrated as a player, too, not seeing that ball, especially in a 1v1. So until they start getting that rhythm established, you know, they're going to struggle a little bit. And, you know, and of course, Dayton's not really all that concerned. They're worried about, obviously, getting goals and defending at this point because they're not at home. They don't have to play pretty. They need the result.
That's right. And Gulu with an opportunity to send a BG in, and that ball just got away from him. He tried to send the through ball. Dayton on the far side of the field with it now. Kissinger, check that Copier. Ball comes back for him. Plays it in the center now for Tate. And again, Dayton's just knocking the ball around here, making Harrisburg chase. Gonna wear him down in this heat. Long ball down this near side now for Seymour. Seymour takes a shot and a save made by Tuttle. What a great strike on that one.
Let me tell you
Sprinting
something.
hard, and he got a piece of that one.
That was not only a great strike, it was a great ball in. Hits it on the run, back post. Tuttle does a nice job to knock it down. But Seymour to hit that ball on the run, and I love the way he initiated his run. He put himself in a position, as soon as he saw his player open up, he was off, had the right timing, and he was in.
Ball's going to go out of play. We'll have an Islander throw in here. Hodgkins with it quickly for BG. BG down this near side now. BG leaves it for Hodgkins. Hodgkins waits. Jason trying to swing that one in, goes off a defender, but comes right to goaltender Brian Visser. For Dayton, they'll work the far side of the field. That was a great ball through. Those are the types of balls we need to start seeing from the Islanders here. They're playing the possession. They've had some through balls. They just haven't had, like you said, they have not been high quality through balls.
And again, I don't always encourage long balls, Chad. Again, a ball like that was well organized. It was a ball that was flatted in with good intent, and then with a series of short knocks, kind of spreads things out a little bit and keeps them honest. You know, something right now that Harrisburg has not done enough of yet.
Seymour was able to defend against that ball. He rolls off the end line. We'll have a corner kick now for Dayton. Over to take the kick will be 24. Michael McNamara. Ball swung in near that far post, and that one headed on by Calvano, but boy, standing right there waiting to make a crack on it was a Dayton player. Ball comes back for him now. It's number 4, Tate. Joe Tate leaves it. Here's a strike, and that one blocked by Hodgkins now. Headed right back in. And they're still not able to clear it out of dangerous situation. Ball to the far side now, chasing it down. Kissinger had his first goal of the game here in the 17th minute, has that one blocked, and then stepping in and couldn't get over the top of it is Siegabart.
CPRS, physical therapy.
Harrisburg got out of that one lucky there. A little bit of collapse, it seemed like, in the midfield. Got a little bit disorganized there. A long ball here from BG trying to get there. And BG able to keep it in play, taken down. And they're actually going to call a handball, I think, against him as when he came down to hit the ball with his hand.
That's an interesting call, though. I thought BG got bumped while he was in the air. And anytime that happens, generally the call will go for you. But it's an interesting call right there. Unless it was a handball, like you said, it's a little far for us to see from here.
Looked like when he came down, he came down and actually almost like bounced the basketball. Ball headed on there by Marshall. Center of the field again. Tate, back for Tate again. And here we go. We're starting to see Dayton. It seems like as the game's gone on, their confidence is built. Their possession game is built. Through ball, that one intended for Angulu, it looked like, and ball was not there for him. Here comes Dayton again with it.
You know, Angulu was making a good run, great run, and again, Becerra off the mark. He played it behind him, and that's where that cohesiveness has to get there. This time of year, that should be here, but again, I go back to Becerra not playing as much due to injury, so they got to get on that same page, and those two tend to look for each other as it is. So they have to find a way to get that cohesiveness. If they want to be successful today, they're going to have to start getting on the same page.
Definitely, and we've seen that between BG and Torre. Of course, last game they seem like they're constantly on the same page. When those two are out there together, they really play off each other well.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, you know, we've been impressed with Torre's play, Chad. He's done a nice job when he's come off the bench.
Boy, oh boy, they called him off. He looked like he was on by about a good step or two.
That was pretty close. That was pretty close.
Yeah, that was
from our vantage point, it didn't look like he was off.
Unless they called off the near player, but the ball wasn't played to him. We'll take a look at it one more time. We'll check and see. I don't know.
It's close.
It was close.
It's close.
Yeah.
It looks like Marshall and Blows kind of kept him on, but that's why he's on the sideline chatting, and you and I are up here talking about the game.
That's right. Mention our referees for today is Ryan Dos Rios, Ian O'Neill, Darth Newman, and the fourth referee is Jaroslaw Wero. Look at that one for a second. That one caught me off guard. Oh, and BG taken down. That one's just outside the box.
That to me is a yellow, Chad. I mean, he's obviously breaking in behind him. He clips his legs. You know, very little intent to play the ball, and there's nothing called. Now he's going to get the yellow. Good.
Yeah, he is going to get the yellow.
Yeah, that's definitely the right call.
So the yellow is going to go to Martin Copier. You'll see on that far side here. Copier just getting a flip in there. Yep. Actually, he didn't even play the ball at all in that one. So.
No, and you know he's very fortunate he didn't get a red because he was on his way to goal with no intent to play the ball. You know, and something that's got to be in consideration today is Dayton's here with one sub.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so something that hopefully Harrisburg can exploit in the second half when they have their 6 subs sitting on the bench. They could maybe come in with some fresh legs and run Dayton into the ground.
Becerra will be over the ball. He'll serve this one in. Harrisburg jockeying inside the box now. Becerra swings this one down in front, headed on goal, Harrisburg. Down inside again, guess who? Andrew Marshall picks up another goal for the Islanders.
Andrew Marshall, a little redemption for his blunder in the back over here.
Actually, they're going to give it to Jeff Lowe's. So we'll have to wait and see on the replay here. Let's see who gets ahead on it here. Oh, yeah, actually, you know what? It went off of number 16 from Dayton.
It looked
like nobody got a head on it. If we take a look at the replay one more time there, it looked like nobody from Harrisburg got it. They're going to give it to Jeff Blows. In actuality, it should go to Becerra because it was untouched by another Harrisburg player. Ball drifted down inside there.
I think it probably clipped the top of Jeff's hair and then hit one of the players coming in. It looked like it hit somebody in the arm.
And that would be in the 27th minute. Harrisburg tied up. 1-1 now. So the great ball served in there. It looked like there was 3 players from Harrisburg had an opportunity to get a play on it. And they're going to give it to Jeff Lowe's. Seymour on the outside calling for it. Seymour takes off. And he's going to have to try and beat Bassel to it. Bassel's going to let it run off the end line. So we will have a goal kick. We'll take a look at the replay one more time. Sarah serves this one in. It's over the head of Blows. It actually goes off of number 16. It goes off of Brett Jones. So the goal should go to Becerra, actually, as it did not touch a... So we'll have a throw-in on the far side of the field now. Calvano will take the throw, so the Islanders do what they need to do in this first half, especially in this heat, even this thing up and not have to do the chasing so much now. They can settle into a game plan here. And like you said, and I didn't even realize that, Larry, till you said it, they do only have 1 sub, so that's going to be atrocious, especially if somebody gets hurt here in this game. That was dangerous there.
That's an interesting no call. It appeared to me that he went down a little too easy, but I got to tell you that if you look at the replay of that, it looks like he might have got clipped just inside the 18.
They're trying to flick this one back, and that one headed back out. Pelletier knocks it ahead from BG, and BG just drilled from behind. We'll have a restart. And no card handed out there. I don't think one was needed there. So we'll have a restart here for the Islanders. Brian and BG, you know, he's had a fantastic season, I think, for the Islanders. Last couple years has been a little so-so, but I think he's back on his game. He's been a dangerous player. Everybody's got to play him tough because he's so quick on the ball. You can see there they are able to ride up the back of him on that one. So Pelletier will be over the ball in the restart. Islanders push everybody pretty much to this near side. And Becerra actually serves this one in, and that one And we're going to have a collision here, and we'll have to wait and see what happens. It didn't look like it was an intentional, but Calvano, they both were going up for the ball, and we'll have to wait and see. Goaltender Visser is still down, or Visser, I should say. And there's going to be no card. And I don't think, that was both of them going up. We'll take a look at it again. I think a good call by the official here. Calvano's looking back at the ball, goes up hard, and they're both in the air. And a good job by Brian Visser to get up in the air on that one, but I think a good no call on the card.
I think what Calvano tried to do was brace his arm up, so he kind of kept them both at bay. I don't think he went in with any intent to hurt him in any way, shape, or form.
Find out all about Invicta and everything that we do here on Invicta Sports by going to www.invicta.net. You can friend us on Facebook, and you can check out our YouTube channel as well, and also follow us on Twitter, www.invicta.net. You can catch replays of all of the games that we do here, not only for soccer, but for basketball and arena football and indoor soccer and a variety of different sports that we cover here on Invicta Sports. And tell us about what you think as well. We want to hear from you. You can give us some feedback on what you think of our coverage here on Invicta Sports by going to or sending us an email, cedwards@invicta.net. cedwards@invicta.net. Let us know what you think of the coverage. So we're getting ready to get back to action here. And Visser will take the kick after that play. And hopping on the headset here is going to be David Schofield. Of course, David injured in the last game. I bet it's tough for you to be up here for today's game, but tell me a little bit about the injury, David.
It's just one of those things. It was a groin strain.
Yeah, we thought from the footage when we saw it that you might have had a tear, which would have been devastating for your season.
Yeah, it was just a minor pull.
That's good.
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm not quite ready to play yet, obviously, but hopefully a week, 2 weeks, I'll be back in there playing.
That's good. Well, with just a short little bit of the season left to go here before the playoffs, they're going to need you back in there. What do you think of the play today of your teammates and how the game's going?
I think we need to pick up the intensity a little bit. I think that goal we just pulled back was huge because going down one early was not what we had planned. They went up and started sitting in and making it difficult for us to play. If we can grab another one, it'll change the game a lot because they'll have to come out. I think it'll open up gaps and give us more opportunities. You guys have had to fight off injuries all season long. You've had some big players go down with big injuries, including yourself. How is the morale and how is the team, inside the locker room dealt with that? Have they just, you've got a deep bench, which is great. Yeah, absolutely, and that's what we've got. Even look down there now. There's good players on the bench, guys that are ready to step in, and guys have shown right from the start of the season with, like you said, some of our better players going out, that other guys have stepped in and done a great job. So looking ahead, I know it's a little early now, but you guys have had a great season going. You got a great run going, some great momentum here. Just a few weeks away, really, from looking at possible playoffs. How are you guys starting to prepare for that, or are you making any changes or looking at doing anything different for the playoffs? No, I don't think so. I think we're just trying to take it one game at a time. We're definitely, we've had a good run, but we're not there yet. We need to make sure we just keep our momentum going, keep working hard in practice, and if we can do that, keep this run of form going all the way through. You've been here with the Islanders a long time, and this is probably one of the other than the championship season. This has been a fantastic ride this year. What are some of the biggest changes that you've seen? It's been a little bit of a struggle the last 3 years. What's the biggest change that you felt as a player and looking at the organization that this year everything seems to be clicking? Well, I think two of the most important things are the team chemistry. Gotta have that. Yeah, having guys that gel well together, but also the other thing we mentioned was having a good bench. When guys get injured, other guys step in and do a great job. And I think looking back at 2007, we had those two things well, and again, we definitely have them right now. So. And it's great when you can have players that are coming off of the bench and right away they're scoring goals and they're participating and they're adding to the game. You always look for that in extra players, and the Islanders have been lucky this year that you've had a lot of production coming off the bench. Yeah, definitely. It's good in a couple of ways. It's a good option for coaches to bring them in, but it's keeping guys on the guys who are on the field. It's keeping them on their toes, making sure that they've got to put the work in because they know there's good guys. I was going to say, does that add that competition level in practice? That you got players competing for positions now, which is always a good thing. Yeah, as well. It stops any complacency and it ups that competitiveness to keep everybody sharp. So definitely a good thing. So you've been on the island a while. How many more years do you see yourself playing?
Has that question come up yet, or
yeah,
is it,
that question's come up. We'll see. We'll see. I just kind of take it in each year as it comes.
And you're still feeling good. You're still
I'm
feeling
still feeling good. Yeah. Sometimes get these little injuries. I start feeling my age, but for the most part.
Well, we wish you the best of luck, and hopefully we see you back out there real soon. And we wish you guys a great run down to the rest of the season.
All right.
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it, bud.
No problem.
Okay, corner kick here for the Islanders, deep down in. David Schofield, of course, with an injury. He'll be back in a few weeks. A key player to this Islander team and has been for several years. Ball comes out for Bassel. Bassel drives this one far post, and a good job there for Brian Visser to come out and gather that one in. Visser will slow the game down now here. Quick outlet to the far side. David Schofield, a very popular player here, Larry, on the island, and a great kid. Always enjoy talking to him on and off the field, and he's a key player for this Islander team. Not only a fantastic player, but what a leader. What type of leadership he brings and his experience that he brings is just fantastic for this team.
He's one of those kind of players, Chad, that lead by example. Yep. His work rate's high. He brings a lot of energy to the game when he comes in. He's a great attacking player. And of course, always has a very good positive attitude. And a lot of times at this level, you need that.
And Gulu had a chance down this near side. One of the things we talked about, which has been, I think, the biggest change, and we spoke about this already this season, is that the bench is so deep for the Islanders. But one thing that we haven't talked about that David brought up is that there's that competition every practice, so there's no complacency that we've seen maybe from some of the players in the past because they haven't had to really compete for the position.
Right.
But this year, every player's competing to be out there, and that makes for a stronger team. And the other thing you mentioned is that they really, really gel together. They all get along. The chemistry is fantastic, and he says, we all know that, if you don't have good chemistry on and off the field, that doesn't always turn into too much on the field. That's for sure.
Agreed. Because, you get to the point where certain players will not necessarily play other players just because of that reason. I know it doesn't sound right, but it does happen.
There's Hotchkiss with it now. Just laid all the way back for Jeff Blows. Blows across in the middle here for Andrew Marshall. Marshall sends it ahead for BG, and BG trying to get there. Can't come up with it. That one taken away by Dellis. And here's Dutch Lions playing it back. That one dangerous. And Visser just getting there, or Visser, I should say, just getting there.
Well, mistakes like that can certainly.
Well, we saw that the other end. That's how they got their goal, and those are the types of mistakes that you hate to see.
Well, at this level, they just shouldn't happen. I mean, something like that just shouldn't happen. He mishandled the ball. It was a pulley ball played back. I know it does happen. It just shouldn't happen.
BG fighting hard, and the call's going to go against him again. He is a scrappy player. I love watching him play. He gives 110% the entire game.
Full of energy. I mean, I know Brian off the field, good guy, somebody that you like to have on your team, good friend. But all business when he steps on the pitch. In between the lines, he puts everything he can into it. And to your point earlier, he did have a couple of years where he was injury riddled, and seems to be pretty healthy this year. He's having a pretty good year for them. I know he feels like he's still hampered by something. I think he's had a pretty good year for them so far.
One of the foreign players that come to the island to play here out of Eldoret, Kenya. And of course, Brian giving back quite a bit here in our local mid-state area as he coaches soccer, and I know his players really love him. He brings the same passion to his coaching as he does in his play. And it's good to see the players getting out there and continuing to give back and show some of these young players and teach them some of the talents that they've learned. And you've done the same here after playing your career, Larry, and many of your friends. And it's good to see that. And that's why, it took a while. We didn't have the backbone in this country of coaches that, many of the other countries have had. And it seems like in the last probably 15 to 20 years, 25 years, we've started to see some of our professional players start to put together some great clubs and programs and stuff like that around the country. And we've seen the soccer in the United States really grow quite a bit the last 10, 15, 20 years. And we got a long way to go, but it's all because of players, after they play, sticking around and giving back.
Well, I think that's important. I think that's incredibly important to be in a position where you give back to the community, you give back to the youth. I mean, how do kids develop? Well, kids develop by getting knowledge from others who've been there and done that. And I think it's important for us to not only give our time, but then also to give our knowledge, the wrongs and the rights, the things that we did well, things we didn't do well, things that you can improve in. I mean, I think too often players just sometimes don't want to share that, and I shouldn't say all the time. Fortunately, in Harrisburg, we've had a good contingencies of guys that used to play that have gone back and worked with the youth, and youth soccer in Harrisburg has been just outstanding. We have U.S. Development Academy in Lancaster. They're doing great. And, of course, that all stems into guys being in the area and building youth soccer.
Exactly. And there's some great programs all around the mid-state. Got an injury on the field. We're in our 41st minute, 1-1. Stay with us. Let's hear from some of our sponsors.
The economic recovery is underway, but many families are still hurting. If you're facing foreclosure due to unemployment, underemployment, or unexpected medical expenses, we may be able to help. You may qualify for assistance through the Emergency Homeowners Loan Program, assistance that may help you keep your home. To learn more, call us weekdays during normal business hours at the number shown on your screen, or visit our website. A simple call may save your home.
Got old electronics, such as a TV or computer to recycle? We've got your answer at the Dauphin County Recycling Center.
E-cycling is quick, easy, and free for all county residents.
You can also recycle old major appliances and other items safely at our center.
Have questions? Call our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or check our website for more information.
Recycling is now more convenient than ever.
Join us in going green to protect our environment.
Keep our earth clean and green. Wipe out waste and recycle.
Hi, my name is Kelly Lewis, president of TechQuest Pennsylvania. We started TechQuest Pennsylvania to attract technology investments into the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, working with business leaders, government leaders, and educators to find the best way to make Pennsylvania a leader in the innovation economy. From internships to workforce training to jobs to broadband, we work to develop the innovation economy in Pennsylvania. Check us out at techquestpa.com.
The economic recovery is underway, but many families are still hurting. If you're facing foreclosure due to unemployment, underemployment, or unexpected medical expenses, we may be able to help. You may qualify for assistance through the Emergency Homeowners Loan Program, assistance that may help you keep your home. To learn more, call us weekdays during normal business hours at the number shown on your screen, or visit our website. A simple call may save your home.
And welcome back. Of course, Jeff Blows went down on the play there, and Jeff is still off the field here, so they had to substitute for him. And now, boy, that's a hard tackle. That might be a straight red there. That was straight cleats all the way through. He's lucky he only got a yellow on that one there.
I got to see the replay on that one. It's hard from this direction.
Shane Smith come flying in on Andrew Marshall. Nothing but cleats up and clipped him. Jeff Blows, they're still attending to him on the bench here, so.
Free kick for the City Islanders.
And it's good to see that Welker, check that, that was Welker that, no, it was Marshall, I'm sorry, that went down. Marshall is up. You see referee Ryan Darius. It's the first time we've seen him here on the island. Ball driven down in here, intended for MBG it looked like, and that one's going to be played up and out by Dayton. In our 44th minute of play, 1-1 here on a very warm Sunday afternoon. Hope you're enjoying all of our coverage here on Invicta Sports. We're enjoying bringing it to you. Ball sent ahead. Seymour really wanted that. Now Seymour's on here. Seymour down the right side here for Dayton. Long touch, and that one too far. Great job by Andrew Marshall coming back and keeps it in play as well. Seymour's going to be beating himself up on that one. Took too long of a touch off of that. Had a breakaway here down this near side. And what a great job by Andrew Marshall to get back.
Dayton had a 2v1, clear goal-scoring opportunity, and Seymour with such a poor first touch put them in a bad position.
We'll take a look here. Ball comes through, and here's Seymour, and you'll see he touches towards the goal, but is way too far from him, and he takes his angle off is what he did. And Marshall was able to come right in on that one. Here's the goaltender, Phil Tuttle. out of who's it? New Hampshire. Played at Notre Dame. Larry enjoying some Ritas up here.
Chad, I've been out in the heat for 2 days straight. My body feels like it's dehydrated. And quite honestly, I'm watching people walk by me with that. I just couldn't take it anymore.
Nothing wrong with that. Here's Hodgkins. He'll play it back now for Basso. Basso sends it in the center of the field now for Thayer. Thayer, of course, in for Jeff Blows, who's still on the bench nursing that ankle. 1 minute of stoppage time will be added, so we're in stoppage time now, 1-1. Another bad ball back there, and this one just driven forward. And that one almost taken away by Ngulu. Boy, Brian Visser had a hard time gathering that one in.
You know, Brian's done a nice job, but he's been a little bit shaky, you know, this first half. I mean, maybe since he got the knock he did, he's been a little bit sketchy, but in all fairness, I mean, to me, he seems just a little bit on the shaky side.
Tuttle comes out and gathers that one. Leaves it for Thayer now. Thayer, another strong player coming off the bench today. Always a key player for the Islanders, does a good job back there. And of course, with the injury to Bixler, now Blows going down. That's another big injury, and we'll have to wait and see how Jeff does. Here's Seymour down this near side. Seymour trying to play it across. Goes off of him. Can he keep it in? Yes. No, he does not. It will be an Islander throw. And Coach DeTierin not happy to see that call. And that'll do it for the half. We've played 46 minutes in our first half. 1-1 is our final score. The first goal of the game coming in the 17th minute from Eric Kissinger for Dayton. And then Harrisburg was able to tie it up. Jeff Blows in the with the second goal in the 27th minute. It's 1-1. Stay with us. We've got lots more action to come here. USL Pro Soccer on Invicta Sports.
The economic recovery is underway, but many families are still hurting. If you're facing foreclosure due to unemployment, underemployment, or unexpected medical expenses, we may be able to help. You may qualify for assistance through the Emergency Homeowners Loan Program, assistance that may help you keep your home. To learn more, call us weekdays during normal business hours at the number shown on your screen, or visit our website. A simple call may save your home.
Got old electronics, such as a TV or computer to recycle? We've got your answer at the Dauphin County Recycling Center.
E-cycling is quick, easy, and free for all county residents.
You can also recycle old major appliances and other items safely at our center.
Have questions? Call our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or check our website for more information.
Recycling is now more convenient than ever.
Join us in going green to protect our environment.
Keep our earth clean and green. Wipe out waste and recycle.
Hi, my name is Kelly, Pennsylvania. We started TechQuest Pennsylvania to attract technology investments into the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, working with business leaders, government leaders, and educators to find the best way to make Pennsylvania a leader in the innovation economy. From internships to workforce training to jobs to broadband, we work to develop the innovation economy in Pennsylvania. Check us out at techquestpa.com.
And we're back here getting ready to start our second half of play. 1-1 here after 46 minutes. We played 1 minute of stoppage time. Let's take a look at the highlights for the first half. 2 goals, of course, to come in that first half. All along this near side, Hodgkins. This was a big battle. Ended up with a yellow card for both of them. As this was how the contest started out. It's been heated ever since. Long ball down the far side. This is the first goal. A mistake there, and the ball tucked in. The 17th minute by Eric Kissinger. Make it 1-0 for Dayton. And a great strike here from Seymour. It's just a great run down there. A dead run, and was able to get the laces on that one. Far side of the field, a BG chopped down there, which led to a card as well. And then we had a restart here on the Islander goal. This one flicks, it comes in, it doesn't hit anybody. And in the back of the net for the Islanders, and that tied it all up there. Made it 1-1. Ball played in here again, and Calvano going up strong against Visser, and they come together. And of course, Visser was down for a couple seconds, but good hard play there. In that first half, as we begin our second half, on a beautiful Sunday afternoon, hot one, pushing 90 degrees here on the island, down in this bowl. No wind, no movement, of course, at all of the air. It's got to make it real tough for those players out there, and no cloud cover as well. But beautiful afternoon. Hope you're enjoying our coverage here on Invicta Sports. Chad Edwards and Larry Julius bringing you all the action.
Well, at halftime, Chad, we're just sitting here waiting for the next half to start, and we're underneath the shade, and I can feel my skin baking.
Oh yeah, you can feel the heat. Of course, we're on this concrete as well, and it just starts to bake, like you said. Long ball down that far side. It's gonna be too long, and that'll be gathered in by Phil Tuttle.
The only change I've seen so far from Harrisburg has been Hodgkins out and Torrey in.
So we'll see if Torrey's got some magic. He's come off the bench. He had 2 goals last game. Him and Mbiji connecting on both of those goals. We'll see if that magic can come together once again. Here's Pelletier with it. Pelletier waits. Far side of the field now. Becerra taken down there, and we'll have a free kick now for the Islanders. Quickly here, shots on goal in that first half, 2 for Dayton, 5 for Harrisburg. 2-1 saves for Dayton and Harrisburg. Fouls, 3 for Dayton, 5 for Harrisburg. We'll take a look at the foul on the far side. Becerra trying to cut in, and he's just chopped out from underneath him. And that was by number 13, Copier. Of course, he has a yellow card already, so he needs to be careful. Fouls, 3 for Dayton, 5 for Harrisburg. Offsides, 3 and 3. And corner kicks, 2 for Harrisburg, 1 for Dayton. And we'll get to the cards, of course, here. Jones and Hodgkins in the 10-minute mark, and then Copier and Smith, the 26 and 43 or 43rd minute mark. Those were your yellow cards. Ball driven in here. That one right into the hands of Visser, and comes back for Ngulu. Ngulu, nothing there, has to check back. Shot taken here, and this one's going to go up and out of play. That one by Jared Thayer. Visser just couldn't keep his hands on that one. You said, Larry, he's been a little bit shaky in this contest.
Yeah, again, not a lot of confidence to me coming out on the ball and making the save. As a goalkeeper, when your keepers come, you want to make sure they ensure themselves of smothering the ball, and just does not show that level of confidence that a goalkeeper needs at this level.
Here you saw that play again there in the replay.
To me, it just appears that he knows he's about to get hit, and he just could not allow himself to sustain that hit and catch the ball at the same time. And that is the difference at this level of a top-notch keeper, when they can go out and concentrate hard enough to hold the ball, smother it, and then force themselves to make the save. In that case right there, he knows he's ready to get hit, and he doesn't hold on to the ball.
Dangerous play there as Basso had to play it back for Tuttle. Tuttle struck it out, but quickly Dayton saw he was out of the goal and took a crack at it, but it was wide of the mark. So Harrisburg off the restart here. Bringing it forward. Here's Marshall with it now. Marshall has Calvano. Out for Calvano. Out for Torrey. Torrey back for Calvano now. Calvano waits. Becerra sends it for Mbiji. Can Mbiji get there? Yes, he will. So Brian Mbiji has Calvano, and that one goes off and out of play. We'll have a throw-in now. Calvano flicked out by Torrey. No, it just goes over his head, but it goes off of number 13. Copier and out of play. So over to take the kick for the Islanders, Nelson Becerra. Becerra will take the corner here. Harrisburg pushing all the far side of that box. Becerra drives this one down inside. That one flicked down by Torrey. It's going to go off the end line. We'll have a goal kick. 2 players down here for Dayton.
You know, Torrey does a nice job to come back and get his head on. He would have been far better served, Chad, if he would have kept his run late and came in hard. He was already deep in the net, comes back, tries to hit a ball back. It's just very difficult to do that. And unfortunately, it was a great ball in by Becerra. And Islanders would have been better served if they would have called him off of that. Instead, he comes back and deflects it out of play.
Becerra's been taking a lot of the free kicks, and I like the services that he's been given today. They've been good, hard, bending balls. And he's played them to some good positions on the field and given Harrisburg an opportunity at each one of them, and that's what you want.
Yeah, Becerra's one of their most technical players, I think. One that's very solid, both left-footed as well as right-footed. He puts himself in a position, too, with good touch, good pace on the ball. And the restarts he's hit with pace. And that to me is the difference.
Nice 1-2 touch. Here comes Angulu. Angulu strikes this one, and this is a giveaway here. You had some great touches here. Torre coming over and keeping this one in play, but you had Mbiji giving the ball to Angulu, Angulu to Becerra, Becerra back to Angulu, and Angulu really just, it almost looked like he didn't pick his head up and look for somebody.
That's a great heads-up play by Phil Tuttle. He goes out and wins the ball, read it all the way in.
And Angulu's going to be called on the offsides.
USLLive.com is the league's official online video channel. Check out over 100 USLPRO games on USL Live.
Ball will go back now for Visser. Very slow-paced second half, Larry.
It is. I mean, both teams come out as if, you know, they're accepting of this draw, and hopefully the play picks up here a little bit for either team, because neither one of them look all that interested at the moment in playing.
Calvano will come over and take the throw. Calvano with the throw in for Torre. Now Torre waits, tries to play it back, has that one taken away. Good battle. And here comes Dayton now. Dayton plays this one ahead. Ball back now for Kissinger. Kissinger, the goal scorer in the first half there for Dayton. In that 17th minute, ball comes out. Calvano gets ahead on it. Over for Angulu. Leaves it back for Pelletier. Now it comes to Welker. Welker looking to try and get it to Mbiji. That went too far. Here comes Calvano. Calvano beat on that one and not able to control it was Kissinger. And that rush they had was taken away now. Ball played through. Here's Tate now. Tate near the top of the 18 tries to slide it through. And we're going to have an offsides now. Ball played. And now the referee will see the offsides flag and we'll have a restart here in our 52nd minute. Happy to have you along here. Need to check a match score, find out who's on top of the goal scoring charts, or catch up on the latest news? You can do it all by logging on to USLsoccer.com, the league's official website. There's only one place to see who's the best, USLsoccer.com. Also, USLLive.com is the league's official online video channel and featuring exclusive behind-the-scenes content, interviews, games, and more. Catch exclusive interviews and features of your favorite team, the City Islanders, on USLLive.com. Hope you're enjoying all of our coverage here tonight, or this afternoon, I should say, on Invicta Sports and USLLive.com. Thanks for tuning in and watching. 1-1 here in our 53rd minute of play. Dayton striking in the 17th minute. Harrisburg tying it up in the 27th minute. And not much in between there, really, since the start of the second half. Really not any good opportunities for either team here. It's been a slow second half. Neither team really connected much on passing. Something that we saw a little bit of in that first half. Of the second half, neither team's really settled in and started to possess the ball here enough to really make anything happen.
Just a little too sporadic for my liking. Dayton's game plan is clearly 2 or 3 very small knocks, and then with a long ball at the top. You see it coming, all back 4 for the Harrisburg City Islanders. Drops. It's not been a problem.
Oh, Welker almost got to that one. Nice ball through there by Mbiji.
So needless to say, Chad, sorry about that. Needless to say about that is Dayton plays very predictable, very easy to defend. Harrisburg has had no problem so far with that. Other than that mistake, there's been really no real flurry of opportunities for Dayton. And then you have Harrisburg, who should be taking advantage of that and keeping the ball, playing it quickly, moving it, keeping amongst themselves, you know, and then creating goals, going after goals, going after goals, opportunity. We're just not doing that. So, you know, you're correct. There has not been a whole heck of a lot in between. You know, the goal scoring opportunities that they did have, it's been one of those kind of games that's almost as if, like, it's too hot to play. And I think we know differently, but, you know, right now, at least this part of the match, both teams have just settled in for mediocrity.
And we're going to foul, and that's going to get called every time. Of course, Dayton's a little upset, but when you're going to slide in with the bottom of your cleat showing, there's going to be a call every time, and a lot of times it results in a yellow card. Oh, a nice ball headed across by Calvano. Here's Becerra with it now. Becerra touches it out for, let's say, Pelletier, but he couldn't get there. Calvano did a great job of snapping that one back across the goal.
How many times have we mentioned in our telecast how well he does in the air? Shortest guy on the pitch wins 99% of his head balls.
Absolutely.
Tremendous timing from that young man.
Seymour leaves it there. Here's a ball driven. This one's going to go high and wide. We'll have a goal kick now.
I'm just seeing no life in Dayton. Everything they've done so far, it's pretty much you can see it happen before it happens. And for the life of me, I'm having a hard time trying to follow out what they're trying to create here. You know, what are they trying to establish? Is it going to be a short, long scenario? Is it they 1 minute try to play possession, next thing you know it's gone again? It's a very difficult opportunity to find their flow. I don't see it. And Harrisburg's almost kind of like trying to figure it out themselves, and they're having a hard time with it.
Seymour with a great ball down that far side. Swings this one, and Tuttle's going to be able to gather that one in. Had a player on this near side, just didn't swing it far enough. Here's Torre now. Torre with it. Cross for Pelletier now. Pelletier had 2 or 3 players up top ready to go, and Pelletier decides to slow it down here. Calvano with it now. Calvano in for Becerra now. Becerra waits, turns. Here comes Becerra with the ball still. Ahead now for Welker. Welker to the outside on the overlap run here for Basso. Basso tries to drive that one in. Nothing there. Here's Becerra with it now. Becerra tries to touch it in for Torre, and that one goes too far. Here's Welker again for the Islanders. Welker back for Pelletier. Pelletier's just going to let one rip from here, and that one just wide of the mark.
Now that was much better by Harrisburg. Good sequential passes, patience, composure. Unfortunately, that shot that Pelletier hits from 45 yards out, I don't see that. He doesn't have the strength to hit a ball from that distance.
Boys, this game's gone on the second half. You just feel it heating up here.
Arlington Orthopedics has locations on both the east and west shores to better service the region.
92 degrees, and down on that playing surface, you're probably closer to 96, 97 degrees down there in that bowl.
The City Islanders take on the Los Angeles Blues. The first 900 fans in attendance will receive hot and cold packs.
Ball struck down in there. This one headed away by Marshall. Seymour over there for Dayton. Seymour will bring it down, plays it back. Dayton trying to strike here. That one comes down inside. Here's Tate with it now. Tate sends this one across the goal, and no one there. Tuttle able to gather that one in. Don't forget, our next home game for the Harrisburg City Islanders will be on Wednesday, July 20th. FC New York will be in town. It'll be 7 o'clock here from the Skyline Sports Complex. We'll be bringing you that coverage as well on Invicta Sports and, of course, live on USL Live. So hope you'll come on out, buy your tickets. Come on out, watch the City Islanders play in USL Pro Soccer.
That should be an interesting game. New York's a solid side.
Definitely. And they're one of the new teams in the league as well. Or at least I should say that the Islanders knew for the Islanders to play against. BG tries to play it back, and here's Pelletier with it now. Pelletier turns, brings it down along the end line. That one taken away. Pelletier still fighting hard for it, and that one's going to go off the sideline, and Jason able to win back that in the throw-in. See Pelletier quickly sends that one in for BG, and BG trying to win it. Pelletier strikes this one down in front, and Gulu gets a head on it, and that one just wide of the mark.
Great opportunity, great whipped-in ball by Jason. That's a better ball. Some of the better balls we've seen played from him this year yet, where he's whipping balls in with pace. That's where you have the opportunities. Floated, flighted balls in, don't cut it. You know, not at this level. You're just not getting anything off of it on the header. That was a great ball by Jason.
Nice step up in there by Ngulu to get the head on that one. Just snapped it a little too high. So we remain 1-1 here in our 56th minute of play. Player down on the far side of the field, and Dayton talking it up with the official, looking for some calls.
It's a little shocking to me that the score is still 1-1. Dayton has no bench to go to, and Harrisburg has several. I mean, at some point they're going to have to bring in some fresh legs and pick up the tempo a little bit here.
Well, Harrisburg only has 2 more subs to work with because, of course, Jason Hodgkins subbed out at the end of the half, and, of course, Jeff Blows with the injury.
Oh, that's true.
So they've only got 2 subs to work with, and Dayton still has their 1 sub on the sidelines here, have not gone to the bench yet. Becerra with it now. Becerra waits, checks, plays it for Pelletier, but Pelletier I don't think was ready for it. Seymour ahead for Tate now. Tate waits, He'll try to touch it back for Seymour. It's going to go off of an Islander player. We'll have a throw in on the far side. You see Tate for the Dutch Lions. And Becerra, he's been busy in the second half, that's for sure, for the Islanders. Not a bad crowd, actually, for this game on a Sunday afternoon, Larry. It's hot.
It kind of trickled in though today, didn't it? It kind of, right as the game started, it kind of trickled in.
It's always tough to gauge it because there's so many people that are up on the deck where you see our camera angle from right now, as well as the hill fills in first, and so does the deck, then the bleachers fill in. So when I start to see 2, 3, or 4 of those bleachers with people packed into it, it's a pretty good crowd because you know the hill's full.
Yeah, and it did. It was one of the kind of crowds that right in the kickoff, it was people were still kind of strolling in, and you know, a lot of activity on the island. There's always something going on, whether it's an activity in the beginning of the island or people out in their boats, and so it might not be the easiest thing to get on to.
No baseball today. Down in front, and Gulu got a crack at it. That's going to go off a defender, and we're going to have a corner kick. That was a dangerous ball sent in there. Nobody really attacked it, and Gulu, I was surprised he even got a chance to get a play on it. And it went off the leg of one of the Dayton players and off, so we'll have a corner kick. Jason Pelletier will go over to take this one. And we're going to have a substitution here. And Noon is going to come into the game, and he's going to give a break to number 17, Nelson Becerra.
I saw this coming, Chad. I saw this coming probably at halftime. He's just not playing quick enough. He's not connected enough passes. I didn't think his decisions were all that great yet today. And again, that could be not having played that much. Because we know he's a good player. We know he's a quality player. And he's a very dangerous player. But today, it just didn't seem like he had his A game going.
Noon distributes the ball well. This one swung really wide and high. Comes back for Calvano. Calvano's going to drive it towards that far post. And here comes Dayton. Ball played back now. It'll be settled down by Thayer. Thayer waits. In for Noon right away. So Noon, they want to get a touch on the ball quickly. Here's Pelletier now. Pelletier waits. Strikes this one near that far post. Headed on! And that one, great save there by Visser. Getting down in there was number 12, Andrew Welker. And Welker almost had another one.
Again, he has done a great job coming off the bench early on in the year and taking the place of the injured players, and he's done very well for them, offensively and defensively.
Walker doing a good job on that one, snapping the ball down right near that near post near him. So
textbook header.
Yeah, he has been a fantastic player for the Islanders, and what a find. Like you said, somebody just walked out into the open tryouts, and it's just been fantastic for them.
Well, and again, I don't want to take away what he's accomplished in college, and I know he was on the board for the MLS draft. Didn't quite work out for him there, and Harrisburg saw him in their open tryouts. And
hey, and that's okay because we've seen Shannon Williams. Look what Shannon Williams has done. He played here for three seasons, I think, and he was a player that came off the bench. He didn't start much. Went up and now playing for the Philadelphia Union, and I heard that he's one of the top 11 players or something that they say in the MLS now for his defensive position. Yeah.
Interesting.
Best 11, my daughter Kaylee corrected me. The best 11 so far in the MLS. So he's had a fantastic season and career. And, you know, now that the USLPRO has kind of become sort of the farm team now for the MLS, a lot of these players are starting to get more eyeballs on them. So, you know, if Welker keeps playing, you never know where it could take him. He's on the board, so he could be right back up there. You never know.
Well, you know, he's, again, he's done well. You know, he's put up some decent numbers. He's consistent. And again, when you have a coach saying, hey, I got to find a place to play this kid, well, you know, that's huge.
Here come the Islanders again. Near side for Calvano. Calvano waits. In the center for Mbiji. Now Mbiji. Over for Noon, back for Mbiji. Out now for Angulu. Angulu waits. Steps near the end line. Tries to send that one in, and that one's going to be gathered in by Visser for the Dayton Dutch Lions.
And the net is the official training center of the Harrisburg City Islanders.
In our 65th minute, still 1-1. Islanders trying to save their 4-game unbeaten streak, move their record, their home record to 5-1-1. It's like that, move their record to 6-1-1 rather. That ball, they tried to give the 1-2 down the line. And we'll have a throw-in now for the Islanders. Thayer with it now, ahead for Pelletier. Marshall for Mbiji, and Mbiji trying to streak down the center, and Mbiji cuts, still has the ball. Brian Mbiji with it, tries to touch it in for Angulu, and that one was behind him. Ball sent down in. Pelletier trying to get there and does. Ball sent for Mbiji. Can he get there? I think this one's a little too far for him. And yes, Brian keeps it in. No, he does not. Good job defending there by Copier. And it'll be a throw-in now for the Dayton Dutch Lions. There you see Brian Mbiji having a fantastic year this year for the City Islanders. Been very productive, both with assist and goal scoring for the Islanders.
Dayton using their one and only sub.
Yep. And who's coming off? And they're going to put in a fresh defender, it looks like.
Rick Von Hooven. He replaces number 16, Brett Jones. Von Hooven for Jones in the 67th minute.
Von Hooven is in now for Jones. Seymour down that far side, ball too far for him. It'll run off the end line or checked up the sideline. We'll have a throw-in for the Islanders.
You know, Seymour, busy flanker early in the first half, and I thought was one of their most effective players. Has really not seen much action here in the second half.
Saw a shot of some of our fans on hand here at the Skyline Sports Complex. Here's Torre with it now. Torre waits. That one a little too easy of a pass on this thick grass here on the island. Pelletier steps in, and he's going to be taken down, and we'll have a free kick.
Dayton foul against number 15, Rick Von Hooven. Free kick for the City Islanders.
Pelletier looks like he's going to send this one in. And he does. He tries to send this one up over the top. There's Calvano again, getting ahead on it. Standing behind the defender, still wins it.
You know, that's definitely a design to fly the long ball in towards Calvano, and especially looking for a second header from him. But I think Cal got a little bit of a push, got away with that a little bit. The Dutch Lions coach is a little bent about that, but needless to say, that's definitely a well-designed play going into Calvano, bringing the second header back across the face, getting your defensive team to turn and face Calvano, face the flanks, and then next thing the ball comes back against him again.
BG almost with the steal there. Ball driven out near midfield. Dayton starting to chase the ball now. Harrisburg needs to try and put 2, 3, 4 good passes together here and start to strike now. They've got a tired Dayton team with this heat. Harrisburg with some fresh legs out there with Noon, and Pelletier goes down on the play here. This is where I think Becerra was effective in today's game is on these restarts. Is he has been playing some nice balls in there since he's come out. We've seen Pelletier over the ball.
Well, what I like about Becerra and the way he strikes it, he strikes with a little bit of authority.
Yes.
So then it's just a
not
skim.
a floater.
Yeah. These floating balls are difficult to do anything with. You really got to put your neck into it, and unfortunately, you know, this tight to the net, I'm thinking drive it in and look for what you get off it, whether it's a skim, whether it's a misdirect.
And that was a...
Yeah, there's nothing there.
That's better if you just crack that one at the goal, look for a deflection or look for a redirect or something like that. So we're in our 70th minute of play, 1-1. We'll take a break and hear from some sponsors. Right back.
The economic recovery is underway, but many families are still hurting. If you're facing foreclosure due to unemployment, underemployment, or unexpected medical expenses, we may be able to help. You may qualify for assistance through the Emergency Homeowners Loan Program, assistance that may help you keep your home. To learn more, call us weekdays during normal business hours at the number shown on your screen, or visit our website. A simple call may save your home.
Got old electronics, such as a TV or computer to recycle? We've got your answer at the Dauphin County Recycling Center.
E-cycling is quick, easy, and free for all county residents.
You can also recycle old major appliances and other items safely at our center.
Have questions? Call our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or check our website for more information.
Recycling is now more convenient than ever.
Join us in going green to protect our environment.
Keep our earth clean and green. Wipe out waste and recycle.
Entering the game, number 14.
And we have a substitution here. Seabrook will come into the game, and he will give a break to
number 19,
Jose Angulu. Seabrook, of course, off the bench this year. We've seen some great things from him as well.
Energy. You know, he's an effective player, which they need somebody right now to show some energy. They need somebody that's willing to get their hand on something, because right now, both teams, but in particular the Islanders, look a little lackluster.
He's a big target up top as well. Ball swung in there, goes off the end line. We'll have a goal kick. This has been an uneventful game, Larry. This is completely different than the game we saw last time. Of course, we have to take into account it's an afternoon game. The heat is much higher.
Yeah.
You know, but just not the same type of play that we've seen from the Islanders the last couple weeks. The passing isn't as crisp.
Well, and to some degree, Chad, you know, I mean, I did walk on the field prior to the game, and it feels thick. You know, they do tend to leave a little bit on the higher side here, even though they did recently cut it. They tend to leave a little bit on the higher side, and that just is always soft.
Yes.
You know, so, you know, the combination of all three, and then now I can assure you with this heat that the humidity on the field, with the field being wet, it's tough for these players to breathe, and quite frankly, I know it's the conditions today are not of the ideal soccer scenarios, but it is what it is.
Near side of the field now, Dayton trying to play it ahead. There's going to be a foul there, and it's going to go against Andrew Marshall as he took down hard. We'll take a look at it here. McNamara goes down hard. Marshall's going to come in a little late here. Catches the foot as he's sliding in. So a good call. Have a restart along this near side now for the Dayton Dutch Lions. Copier will take the kick. You know, Dayton would be happy to probably get out of this with the 1-1 tie.
Absolutely.
Larry, you know, having a 0-0 tie with Orlando, and then come here on the island where just 2 weeks ago they lost by a score of 4-1. So if they get out of this with a tie, they would probably be happy, especially 2 games in 2 days, or in 3 days too. They played Friday night down in Orlando.
I totally agree with you, Chad. You know, it doesn't appear that they're playing for more than just a tie.
That's right.
You know, they're not taking care of the opportunities that they've been getting, and not creating many opportunities, I should say. They're playing a very defensive, structured system. They're sitting, they're holding, they're winning balls, and they're advancing off the long ball. They'll be content.
And BG was dragged down there. Noon with it on the far side now. Noon still with it. He'll have to check it back. Basso back for Noon, and that one's going to be knocked off. We'll have a throw-in for the Islanders on the far side. 74th minute. Happy to have you along here. Larry Julius and Chad Edwards bringing you all the action here on Invicta Sports. Hope you're enjoying our coverage live on USL Live as well. Good crowd on hand here today, up on the hill and in the bleachers, enjoying some USL soccer action. Beautiful Sunday afternoon. And BG with the turn there. No call, and BG strikes this one down in front, and that one's going to be headed off the end line.
That was dangerous. Very difficult. And again, what was great about that ball, though, is as he played it in, he forced the Dayton player to face his own net, and he had to be forced to make a decision where he had to head the ball out of bounds.
We saw some of our great crowd on hand here up on the hill. So a corner kick on the far side. You see some little guys here behind us. You see some of the crowd on hand enjoying the action. Ball whipped in here. Torre almost got a head on that one. Good job by Visser to knock that one out. Here comes Seabrook now. Seabrook trying to touch it, and he's taken down. We'll have a goal kick, though. So. There you see some more of our crowd. There's Mr. Kelly, the Kelly family. Of course, Kaylee played with their youngest daughter, Chrissy. Larry coached her as well. Kelly family down from Halifax to enjoy some of the City Islander action here. Visser will take the kick here. It looks like now that Dayton just wants to slow this game down and see if they can get out of here 1-1. Of course, you had mentioned early on, one sub coming in. That's tough. And now we're going to have a foul, so we'll have a restart for the Islanders.
Oh, I didn't see that foul at all. He's trying to hold his ground, hold position.
I think because you wrap that arm around the back player, if you just keep your arms in front of you.
One can say that, Chad, but at this level, you're protecting yourself as much as you are anything else. He's not impeding him from going anywhere. But holding his arms around him or kind of on the outside of him, I don't see that as a foul.
Calvano ahead for Seabrook. That goes off of ball in for Mbiji. Nice defensive play there. Ball comes all the way out. Settled down there by number 6, Jarrett Thayer. Thayer will play it ahead for Pelletier. The Islanders almost seem like they're content to come out of this thing with a tie. There's no urgency to push this ball forward.
Dayton's just sitting back in a defensive shell. They're not really allowing you to penetrate, certainly not off the dribble. They're making it difficult for you to get back in behind them. And right now, there's not a whole lot of space. This is great interplay for Harrisburg.
That's a nice 1-2 touch there.
Absolutely. That was some of the best we've seen yet. So, that will help, or a quick counter. But you're right. I mean, Chad, both teams look like they've kind of resigned to the fact that this thing could end up in a tie. I doubt they're feeling that way, but they're playing like that.
Ball sent in. Here's Mbiji with it now. Mbiji waits, heels it back. Here's Noon now. Noon cracks this one, and that one's going to go off the end line. We'll have a goal kick here. Our 77th minute of play. And with this break, we'll take a break to hear from some of our sponsors. Stay with us.
The economic recovery is underway, but many families are still hurting. If you're facing foreclosure due to unemployment, underemployment, or unexpected medical expenses, we may be able to help. You may qualify for assistance through the Emergency Homeowners Loan Program, assistance that may help you keep your home. To learn more, call us weekdays during normal business hours at the number shown on your screen, or visit our website. A simple call may save your home.
Got old electronics, such as a TV or computer to recycle? We've got your answer at the Dauphin County Recycling Center.
E-cycling is quick, easy, and free for all county residents.
You can also recycle old major appliances and other items safely at our center.
Have questions? Call our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or check our website for more information.
Recycling is now more convenient than ever.
Join us in going green to protect our environment.
Keep our earth clean and green. Wipe out waste and recycle.
And the ball swung in off the corner kick, and that one goes off the crossbar, and Dayton scores off the corner kick.
Wow. Chad, I am beyond shocked.
Unbelievable. I think everybody in the stadium is shocked right now. Number 13, Copier, gets the goal. Ball just bounced around in there, went off the crossbar. Now the Islanders really need to try and pick things up here. We just mentioned there's only 8 games left in the season here, and most of those are on the road for the Islanders. They need this home victory, and it's not the time to start shutting down. But Dayton, again, we talked about them having some confidence after Orlando, and they come out and they score first in this game, and now they score late in this game. And Harrisburg now really needs to change their game and attack even more here. And Dayton, like you said, has been dropping back and has been really sitting deep. And that's going to make it really hard for Harrisburg to try and poke one in. A nice steal in the middle here. Lacrone with it, and you can already see Dayton's game has picked up the energy level.
It has. But then right at the spurt, Harrisburg did start. It looked a little bit more alive in the legs. They were moving a little bit. This is going to wake them up. This is now waking the sleeping giant. They don't have a choice at this point. But unfortunately, again, as we were talking about during the break, I said a very lackluster game. Mm-hmm. Dayton would be quite content winning something off of a restart, and what happens? They score on a goal out of corner kick.
And now Harrisburg, right now they were looking to try and get a victory out of this. Now they've just got to play to see if they can come up with a tie. There's only 11 minutes left in our contest here, and they need a goal just to tie.
Well, we have seen Harrisburg come back in the past. We've seen them come back in the past and seen them score 2 late goals. We've seen it with Toure before. We've seen it with Welker before. It's conceivable they can, but they have to pick up the level of intensity.
Harrisburg's going to bring Langley in here, it looks like, on a substitution. Langley has been another explosive player off the bench. I really like watching him play. He's a creative player for Harrisburg. We'll have to see who comes out here. Ball left here for Seabrook. Seabrook down inside now, trying to get around the corner. And good defensive play there. Seabrook still with it. Now loses it, tries to get it back. That one blocked. Here's BG. And we got a player down over there for Dayton. Ball played up and out of play. I'm not sure what the call was over there. We're not sure if this is a slowdown tactic or.
Well, I didn't see what happened. I just saw him rolling around.
They're calling over the medical crew, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. Seabrook is going to come into the game, and it looks like he's going to give a break to. We'll take a look and see if we can see where the play is. Oh, right there in the center, it looked like Torre. Actually, they came together. Torre's arm hit him. So no call on the play. Looked like maybe to the eye or something. You know, sometimes you catch a finger to the eye or something when you try and get around a player. There's players off the field here, which is actually, you know, not allowed. So let's take a look at some of our upcoming games where you can buy your tickets, come out and enjoy USL Pro action. Of course, Wednesday, July 20th, FC New York in town, 7 o'clock start here in the Skyline Sports Complex. Then Saturday, Los Angeles Blues are in town on July 23rd. Saturday, July 30th, Wilmington in town, and August 5th, FC New York will be in town. For tickets, 717-441-GOAL, or visit www.cityislanders.com. Ball thrown in by Calvano. Langley in the game now.
Well, Langley's another player that's come in. He's been explosive. He's got pace. He's wiry. He continues to work.
Calvano
He's somebody that can create some opportunities for him.
Somebody's got to talk. Calvano had time to really step in there. He was only about 5 yards or so from that top of that 18 and crack one. Calvano waits, tries to send that one in. That's a giveaway there. Oh, that could have been a great opportunity here for Dayton down this near side. Had some open room. Ball quickly thrown in now for Marshall. Marshall across for Pelletier now. The Islanders need somebody to step up here, keep their winning streak alive, and continue this run that they've had. A fantastic summer here for the Islanders, looking at playoff action. 8 games to go here before playoffs. Calvano gets up in the air, nothing there, and oh, almost coming to the Islander player. Yeah, it did. And BG's going to snap this one down in front, and that one's knocked away. We'll go out of play. We'll have a throw on the far side in our 83rd minute of play.
We're losing some ball boys here today. That's unusual.
Quick throw center of the field now. Andrew Marshall. Boy, Dayton has dropped everybody inside that box. Here's Langley with it now. Langley breaking down in. Langley. And Islanders getting too fancy here. They need to just play the ball, keep it simple, and take the opportunities here. You give up the ball, you kill a little bit more clock on yourself. Now you got to win it back. Here's Pelletier now. Pelletier for Langley. Langley trying to touch through, and Langley's still with it. Ahead for Mbiji. Mbiji trying to get around the outside. He does. Brian Mbiji near the end line. Gets the cross, far side, nobody there.
You know, Dayton wins the ball. They're playing a 5-4-1. They would have been so much better served if he would have just driven the ball in the corner opposed to eating it over here. If he has no legs to go forward, just clip it towards the corner.
Yep.
Bend it to where it goes out just shy of the corner flag. But to put themselves in the position right here where they turn over at midfield, I don't think that's a good decision.
84th minute. Islanders looking to try and tie things up. That one goes up and out of play. Did you saw the same thing I did? The fan wasn't looking. It bounced off his head.
It plunked him right in the back of the head. He's still shaking his head.
Oh, that was funny. Poor guy there in the blue.
Maybe he was taking a snooze.
Maybe he wanted to get in the game. It was a good head ball.
Put me in, coach. I'll get my head on it.
Here they'll just knock it to the corner. Tuttle will come out and settle it down. Quickly ahead now for Marshall. Again, Dayton just content to just drop everybody back in and defend. Force the Islanders to score a goal here. That ball snapped in. Here's Torre with it. Torre trying to get a shot off. And Dayton just knocks this one back out again. Not even chasing really up top at all. They're content with dropping everybody back in.
That was a great ball by Marshall. Long diagonal across, second header back in. It's a great ball in, well intended.
Here's Langley now. Langley trying to work in. Langley cuts in inside the box. Langley could have maybe tried to let that one go right there. Got a little under him though. And here's Dayton again. Dayton content to knock the ball around. And they'll just drive it, like you said, deep. Force a deep throw in.
Well, they're going to lose it anyway. They're tired. They're not going to chase it. They may as well just play a longer ball down, eat up a little bit of the clock. I'm not suggesting that to be good soccer. I'm just saying that if they have nothing left in the tank.
Are you saying that's a good stall tactic, Larry? I'm just picking.
Here's
saying. Seabrook now. Seabrook tries to knock this one up in the air.
I'm saying I don't particularly care for it, but at this level,
yeah,
you're trying to get the result, and you know whatever you got to do to get the result. Dayton has come to a walk at this point.
Calvano steps in, able to win the ball. Here's Langley now. So Dayton with the throw. Ball quickly played in, flicked on. Here comes Dayton with it. Here's Kissinger. Kissinger sends it across all the way to the far side. Here's Seymour. Seymour inside the box, shoots, and a save made by Tuttle. Great job by Tuttle. Boy, that was a dangerous one. That would have sealed the deal, though. Great ball out there for Seymour.
Yeah, it was a great switch to the attack, and Seymour broke in nice and hard. Again, we haven't said his name a lot in the second half, but
another dangerous one here as the ball comes out. Hard strike, but that one's going to go up and out of play there by Dallas. So quickly the Islanders strike out in the 87th minute now.
933.
Ball chipped down inside, headed away. Be a deep throw in here for the Islanders. Seabrook will take the throw. In for Beachy trying to get a turn. Here's Calvano. Calvano streaks it down in, nobody there. Torre was able to get a head on it down deep to keep it in play. Marshall with it now. Marshall waits. Should have played that back for Tuttle and gave himself a little bit more time, but here comes Seabrook now. Seabrook down this near side, waits. Seabrook takes it to the end line, and that's going to go off. It's going to stay in play. This one dangerously played out, though. And Islanders not able to get on the other end of it. In the 88th minute here. Long ball for Langley, nobody there. Islanders step in, trying to get to it, and that was going to go for the Dutch Dayton Dutch Lions, I should say. And I think this one is going to be the one that breaks the streak the way it looks right now, Larry. We'll have to wait and see how much stoppage time there is. There's not going to be much. It really hasn't been that much slowdown here.
It's kind of unfortunate.
To meet your City Islanders.
See the replay down inside here.
And stay tuned for details. Check the Islanders website tomorrow morning for
both players coming in hard. So Dayton will slow this down as much as they can. We're in our 89th minute of play. Minute 30 to play.
Please visit the Islanders website today and sign up. That's right, the Philadelphia Union are coming to play your Harrisburg.
Langley able to come up with it. Marshall with it now. Marshall for Pelletier. Pelletier will drive it long for Mbiji. Mbiji settles it. Mbiji down that far side. It goes off. And a quick throw in now for the Islanders. Ball sent in for Torre now. Torre sends it to this near side. Calvano, too long for him. It's going to go off the sidelines. 1 minute regulation to play here.
That breeze is welcomed by us
good
up here in the broadcast booth. I'm telling you.
Absolutely. Dayton taking their time here with this throw-in, trying to kill it down. We're under a minute in regulation. And now we'll have a free kick here for Dayton. They'll slow this thing right down. They'll kill this last minute here. And Dayton doing a good job here of no, you take it, no, you take it. And they'll settle it down. Copier now will play it down in. You'll see that Calvano comes in here late, gives the push right there, and gets the win of the ball. And quickly you can see the sideline official throwing the flag. Ball ahead for Mbiji now. Mbiji will quickly take this one on the throw-in. In for Pelletier now. Pelletier still with it, far side. Back in for Pelletier. 2 minutes of stoppage time. Torre waits. Torre plays it to the outside for Noon now. Noon waits, checks, swings it across the top. Stepping in. Shot taken, score! Oh, Andrew Welker just rips it in there. Andrew Welker picks up the tie goal of the game.
Boy, they wait for dramatic.
What a shot. The way to stay over the top of the ball. What a goal for Welker. In the 90th minute.
And this is the number 16, J.T. Noon.
What a way to keep the scoring or the winning streak alive here. We'll take a look at the replay. Watch this ball. Torre leaves it, waits. The ball comes across off of JT Noon here. Noon will send it across, and it almost looked as if nobody was going to play it. Then Welker steps in. What a shot.
Textbook.
What a shot. You know, Visser was right there. He didn't have to move much, but it was so hard and so fast, he didn't have enough time to react. So the Islanders able to tie things up in the 90th minute of play. 2 minutes of stoppage time, so we're almost through that right now.
What a crack by Andrew Welker.
Going to be a Dayton throw. And Dayton is going to slow this down. They are happy to get away with this one with a tie, but wow. Wow, what a shot. Ball headed now. Here comes Noon with it. Noon tries to leave it for Pelletier, nothing there. There's Marshall with it now. Marshall drives it deep. Right on the foot of Torre. Torre to the right of the goal here. Torre sends it to the far post. Seabrook is there. Seabrook snaps that one on goal. Great ball switched up by Marshall over here for Langley. There's Pelletier now. Pelletier still with it. Pelletier plays it to the outside for Mbiji. Here's Langley cutting across. Langley down the side. Here's Seabrook now. Seabrook waits. Tries to play it in. We'll have a corner kick. This should be the last play of the game here. We'll see if the Islanders can strike a miracle goal here in our 93rd minute.
On this corner kick is brought to you by Ingelow Soccer Corner. For all your soccer needs,
pushing everybody up.
Ingelow Soccer Corner.
And Pelletier swings this one down in. Who can get to it? Nothing there. Vesser gets a foot on it, or hand on, I should say. Shot taken, still loose down in front, and there's a goal! Oh, the whistle was blown.
That's the final whistle.
Yeah, the Islanders are very upset with that, but the whistle did blow before the shot was taken, so from that standpoint, it looks like it's going to end a 2-2, and there's a yellow card to Mbiji. Actually, Mbiji's going to get a red card. Mbiji gets a yellow, and then he gets a second yellow.
Red card shown to the City Islanders, number 8, Brian Mbiji.
Mbiji's going to be out for the next game now. I'd like to see the replay on that. I'm not sure if maybe Billy Betcher is very unhappy with this as well. You can see Betcher is following the referee right to the corner.
I couldn't tell if the ball went, did it go in?
It went in the top corner.
Then how'd the ball end up behind the net?
It went through the top. There looked like there's a hole. If we can, we might be able to see it on the replay, but it did go in the net.
Wow.
It was in the 93rd minute, so the 2 minutes of play, we'll take a look. The ball was knocked away there. It's still in play here. The referee still didn't blow the whistle. Comes down in. It bounces around, and right here, player tries to play it out, and Torre comes right in. Watch, it's in the back of the net. It went right down underneath and come up the top of the net. Well, either way, it's a 2-2 game here. The Islanders keep their winning streak alive, but they don't come out with the result they wanted. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back to bring you the highlights and wrap things up here from the Skyline Sports Complex when we return on Invictus Sports.
The economic recovery is underway, but many families are still hurting. If you're facing foreclosure due to unemployment, underemployment, or unexpected medical expenses, we may be able to help. You may qualify for assistance through the Emergency Homeowners Loan Program, assistance that may help you keep your home. To learn more, call us weekdays during normal business hours at the number shown on your screen, or visit our website. A simple call may save your home.
Got old electronics, such as a TV or computer to recycle? We've got your answer at the Dauphin County Recycling Center.
E-cycling is quick, easy, and free for all county residents.
You can also recycle old major appliances and other items safely at our center.
Have questions? Call our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or check our website for more information.
Recycling is now more convenient than ever.
Join us in going green to protect our environment.
Keep our earth clean and green. Wipe out waste and recycle.
Hi, my name is Kelly Lewis, president of TechQuest Pennsylvania. We started TechQuest Pennsylvania to attract technology investments into the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, working with business leaders, government leaders, and educators to find the best way to make Pennsylvania a leader in the innovation economy. From internships to workforce training to jobs to broadband, we work to develop the innovation economy in Pennsylvania. Check us out at techquestpa.com.
And there you see the Islanders at midfield talking things over. I'm sure there's a lot to be said inside there. Not really the result they wanted. I don't think it was a day of soccer for the Islanders, not compared to what we've seen. But they do come out with the 2-2 tie, and they at least pick up the 1 point.
They were very fortunate to get that 2-2 tie. I mean, not that Dayton played well, nor did Harrisburg, but needless to say, I mean, to have potentially gotten the result out of that after such a very lackluster game. But to get the tie, kept their unbeaten streak alive. I think they should feel somewhat fortunate. They were well over injury. They were well over injury time, even when they did score at the very end right there.
Yep, definitely. Let's take a look at the highlights for today's game. We take a look here. It all gets started here. A lot of physical action early on, and both these players, Hodgkins and number 16, Jones, both get a yellow card to start off the action. Then down that far side of the field, trying to head it back was Andrew Marshall. And right there was Eric Kissinger, picked up the first goal of the game, and that made it 1-0 in the 17th minute. Great strike there by Seymour. And the Dutch Lions come out with that confidence we talked about in the pregame. And then down the far side, a BG taken down by Copier. He picked up his first yellow of the game, his only yellow, I should say. Ball struck in, skips through, and you know, more I look at that, it almost looked like it went off of Torre's arm that time.
It hit somebody's arm. You could see it.
Ball comes in there, Calvano and Visser coming together there, and then the ball snapped in there, and a good save there by Visser. Down this near side again. Foul taken there, and the Islanders, some tough play here. There you see the replay we talked about, the gentleman getting the ball in the head on the far side of the field. Good job, guys, on the replay on that one. I thought we were the only two that saw that. And now back to action, ball chipped down inside. Here's Torre, sends it in now for Noon. Noon comes back across with this one, and this is just a fantastic strike here, coming right in, number 12. Welker just cracks this one. That makes it 2-2, and that's where the scoring ended. Of course, one right at the end, but the referee blew the whistle first, and here it comes right here. The ball's going to come out, played back in, bicycle down, and watch Torre right here come in from the side, and just what a fantastic shot. Bounces down in front, does go up. It is definitely inside the net, but the referee blew the whistle just before that, so it ends 2-2 here as the Harrisburg City Islanders keep the unbeaten streak alive, now 5 games in a row. On the 20th, make sure you come out and get some tickets, and they'll be here on the 20th against FC New York, 7 o'clock, and then back Saturday, July 23rd against the Los Angeles Blues, and they go on the road. They come back July 30th and against Wilmington, and then August 5th, FC New York is back here again. For tickets, call 717-441-GOAL or go to www.cityislanders.com. Larry, any closing thoughts?
Very lackluster game today, Chad. You know, I'm sure the Heat had a lot to do with that. I think the result seems to be fair for the way both teams performed, in my opinion.
Me too.
We've seen so much better from the Islanders. But, you know, you can't play great all the time.
That's right.
You know, and to get out of here with a 2-2 tie, I think at the end of the day, when all the dust settles, Coach Bill will be a little bit more, he'll be a little bit satisfied with that after knowing his team did not perform as well as it could. But knowing he could have stole one at the end right there, I'm sure it's going to be hot for a little while.
And, of course, Dayton, after playing Friday and tying Orlando and then coming in here with a tie, that's some great confidence building for them, a team that's been struggling. So a good one for them to take away. We hope you enjoyed all of our action here on Invicta Sports and USL Live. Make sure you tune in for our next broadcast. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.